Now, Kennedy Agyapong Japan as a threat to be Zama, some people in the MPP. They come November 4th. Obama was so ye pan logo kumaha. Kennedy Kriya so asanso aka semebia wa ma OPAMBOUR or the nation prophet so aka de asama wa aka onjinzi. Amide bia meka de Kennedy Agyapong ye yimpe bia se ne kase ni mesi moto no se in take time e be feed ejama o true shade keke but nsama o ka no obaye shade obaye negative be positive ama bia obi biara na adwen mesi moto no but ebe wie no na wasale no ho whether negative or positive no take it or leave it na wasale no ho say a politician nizin obowo in the good books and at the same time in the bad books of Ghanaians obaye Kennedy Agyapong because as some obaka no obaye bombshell especially because Messi Mokasa no osanso wo adza osanso or to make sure that why now Kennedy Agyapong so far we to employ over 7,158 employees. Bring your wanka. We don't have a single evidence. Though be more back Kennedy why they me Kennedy why they me, but we never have a single evidence from any of these people back Kennedy ontia or be salary man another salary we delay. We don't have any of these records. Meaning there, the man may be this, the man may be that, but beginning na ye kana ho asam no. In an MPP man na ye kana ho asam no. He has a particular proven track record my de baby na asam not. Na moya na oye so convincing about obi to the Kennedy and even the party, the MPP party in there. So we all no we to mo the party from the beginning of time to even now no. Omo is so relevant to the point there. With his money, he uses it to help the grassroots and even the entirety of Ghanaians. What's the second constituency na say? Was song of full liners or bonk of what even the residents are. These are the kind of things kind of like we want to see. People helping people because the brainer in the economy of Ghana. Hey, we all need help. I need help. You need help. Everybody needs help. It say in the same bibi kakrebi and then you would see bikakrebia. I bet you okay. But in obi nyebi. In the same politician you be all time be madama or in kofuna some of these situations. Now so too much now. Not regardless of him constitution, condition, constituency, or any place of living. No so too one regardless. Chede dama nyimpa kono tum obwama nyemebi to me then ye. This is what Ghanaians want. Ghanaian youth wape nyeme bebre. Another thing about Kennedy Agyapong ibinum in the party of the MPP no one share one penasam kakraso be there. Kennedy yimpe bi obaka no. And most of the times approach a Kennedy bo use no you may not like it. That is it. You may not like it. Inti take it or leave it, positive or negative. Asama na waka. Otumo kan sembi tirobia. There I remember one interview be otinado no catch the interview were there. She would nim say bo fruit. Okra oka ho na Ghana enkoyi. Imagine. Look at this kind of language. Onsha na hrubo oye too violent. But what describe name to him? There, name there, demi. So imagine this kind of description as my interview on national television. It is not that nice. But Oreka Mesi there, you being the interviewer, no, you are trying to add up to the numbers. They are trying to say something which is not. Trying to ask me certain questions which is not supposed to be, but or sanso akacha they do your checks before you ask me certain kinds of questions. But a corner of other baka some no be no na Kennedy what to bomb what to shell. Na oko NIT FM no interview be na very surprising was also to bombs bi kakra. What to bombs bi kakra. Na OPAMBOUR nyene nyadwen wa di bi okaka wo ye the showdown wo ko ye Kumasi. The showdown wo ko kan nsem or the ma or won't me or the ma chairman sabon the majority leader or the man painful big kakra bebre. Now OPAMBOUR nya see the info na OPAMBOUR man reply. Ma pede ye be hwe da ma reply no. Na ye bia ya hwe the interview wo called wo NIT FM. Na woma yanko na yambra.
Saka sembi platform no say. But ye wura mamu baumia. And the campaign and go for a canon. Ebi ba no sen come man sika. Say I step down. Na enkaba me anko ha
eno no tie dia me kan eno so yentimi nyini sa asem yentimi nyinu ni me gyina obetima ka bia fa me ho so OPAMBOUR small of chiefs ye first ka say mra me so ati ase e bi so na wo no e be na ye ne chese no kre eno yanyini sa sam yanyini politics is a politics eno yanyi enu ni that's right so why bo say gyina won ma ugidi ye
imagine how a bomb Messi Morty. There, imagine how a Dede Messi Morty. Imagine how a obi or kasem obia like obianu obia obi that kind of personality. Nidin the baby are on kofu they are saying it out every now and then, every day, each time. Oba number oyet in that kind of personality. No be the Ghanaian politics seems so quick.
Say obi ko siu na na ordinary court. Ba me kan sem ni wie. Na ba say ordinary court kra me evidence. Me momi tirimu en kasem abra anyhow. Why I do that is on say we are say the NIPA reputation is hard to build. So you just don't take a second to destroy somebody's reputation. Enunti, we are very careful to come out with information. Information out. O challenge me. The more and I'm not embarrassed. And now, so you're a politician. It's hard everywhere in the world. O kanu kripia now when you're a for anyway. But I read one philosopher was saying, any leader who is not criticized by some of his people means he's not doing something right. So long as you criticize people, this status quo, to the advantage, they will be your enemies. And they will start talking about you. But Bible now actually say, I don't see the need to lie. I could chatro atu nuyaso. And why?
See, at what point they want to say no correct can we and fasudie bi also.
Say we share over the years. Politics, me bemo. America, omunim trodi. I learned that. Mami ankaza no aso sara na msubanti na mkoe no mko share ne ma. Enti over the years, ohwe in someone media ba out. Any the way at beginning amanfo di matem na and so I stood my grounds. Emma eventually almost every case na issue ama raise biano. It has come to pass no credit. The ama Ghana for believe in me. Kennedy Agyapong.
Because me get it close to you. In fact, October 2023 is exactly 20 years. I may get you close to you. Say, me kai and you must also be kai there. Adum FM. Na studios anymore. Na me no new for Swampofo, a former chairman of NDC. Na ye did dokono. And now you can't say
on weekends, Fridays,
Fridays. Program. On that Friday, I did dokono, and now you come home same day. Then you stood before Swampofo, and then I catch and says, "Aqua we say, or two more quarter London, Sia dear, and what the other say, so be on money. I can home same day. Brandy wouldn't miss as one would me who dance at you for Swampofo say, Minyenipa Bonini. That is exactly 20 years ago. Na sa 20 years no be sin no dia catch me and say time bia no me minimum closely no me who say who that passion to do something, who that passion to tell the truth. And at times I try to understand you dientia ema wo ye sa wunia very I mean different no since 20 years here me din nimu no e bia of a president I dey now sister no for president.
Jesus, one day, menene kontokwana me offer bi kodinech. In fact, mabusi ya fokra anyade. Enra, eno beka jense me offer ne wo o ekremudi. Anze mabusi ya bi ekremu ne bi e friend Sedu.
Kremo Sedu.
Yeah. Wo wu a wo man kan kire. Mr. Father way omo baya san on bebo and say what me meet abusuamu papa na free mu am kan je me offer you know sa me offer no na me ne me sister kon ye na o bebo mi ana me ka che say one day my president me chimu nyina egu
at that time
yes
one day mayor president me chimu nyina
everything that they be have my sister from Mr. President.
Oh, now I
can't
appreciate. Who the president?
One day, my president, my chimu yinegu.
And that's why your president, who any pebi abechi omagum.
Oh no. You see, we are going say, ubechi chinko for bechi amra wama embra nye juma dia. Wa baino enche. But obi amra bedinu bi ade. The law must deal with you. And no dear. I'll stay away.
It's not just a sad time wafa eba wufri say ofa ejina eye beti ye china can say one day mayor president mechi nyina go no e dey the can wa we nya that realization say we be president.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a gift. Bibi amede man no be kan bi answer ye ho. Mama nka sire semba.
Come me say na minim say me kan bi so ama so asre.
Me ka kire me mama say me ada me wuo no e ma aigbefo besu enkranfo besu esirimfo besu asantifo besu
na esuni frafrem
ade in fact and you believe it say unconsciously it has happened it has happened me wa aigbefo be bobo asantifo be bodoa you know just that did the agro
so
it has come to
enya wa so na adoa no kan yo hum bi na madwa no cancer
nanu ya ye ko ballot me number 8 first na just any pattern wona obeyi beto so 8 a odi the first person second third me 1 number 1 give me be fie no na msa ka kire me say the second one so me 1 na my busy ewo baby and no from say but who can say one kasa na mekwa koyi na be intima mo obi a na masoma obi so onkoye e wa nam chai enam ko
remind you
yeah e kwansu me 1
na kai say efie so ka kire me say we beat Alan
yeah I told you
wa mo obi edin no nko ni na boy
yeah
and aka kire me say me beat Alan
yeah
e dey na ma kan sa
sir ono fair campaign others no na o makodi one side e di ehu ahye wo mu enti wo ya ehu ni sika ni influence no definitely he was going to win but many Allah no there o share the popularity on the ground. Alan has been in the system for a long time but the Drew baby no I say he kept quiet and was silent. Enti enkola no bebria wo manyini ebi anu me 12 years 8 years ni na oto aba obi anu 10. They say President Kufuor Abreso 2008 ebepem 2023 will give you about 15 years. Ti obi odi 25 that time we did 10. Ya ka alano na onimo no. So, and because I stay away from the system, I hear quiet in India. A lot of them don't know him. And I mean, consistently, I've been a member of parliament. A probably honorable Allah mistake when he say, one for so anchor yet member of parliament. So, and he make a constant appearance on radio, media, whether good or controversial. The young ones that were very young, now Oma matured,
and with loyalty to a president of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, unmatched, and now respect to Alan, unmatched. If you recall, say Menewo ne not nase. Now can say senior. Senanadu ni ho dia. me support and Nanado or Hodia me support Nanado. That loyalty to Nanado and respect to Alan. Who explaining the same?
Yeah, you see, and only no crana or canibi. Me, let me tell you why I supported Nanado that time, and I had challenges somewhere. I always listen to the masses, what they want. They tell me what they want. If what the masses are saying, and about party and about power, I'll support you. In 2007, 2008, everybody said the masses were supporting Nana Akufo-Addo. So I had to listen to them and give them what they want. But that doesn't negate the fact that Alan is also a senior man to me. And Oyinipebia Obuno untimin kasana nim by heart. And Osai am senior at Sado College.
Santa Clausian.
Whether you like it or not, Adisco boys behave like Ku Klux Klan. I'll tell you the truth. You dare not criticize your fellow Santa Clausian. Oh yeah, them, but going out there to criticize Unia, and I think say Adisco guys will not take it kindly. And now, my brother Kitwa no the opokuare
Tatachi.
But you know,
Tasakwa.
Adisco as a gift be said that no matter the age, Sawushia Mr. Dr. Sam Jonah. Now, all those years of Koani and my Ushiauna Yaka Adisco Sam, they were on Ube Diagro as if send a classmate in one. What do you say? And my one Casacriano, Sawuko, now Coca, Unia, be once a more. I revere Alan because of his personality and, of course, a Santa Clausian. Why not? What do you say? At that moment, in 2007, Ghana for changing Omo Peno. Omo say, Omo Penanado. What didn't go well today, let me tell you, Alan's side, say, that time, now President Kufuor, free Ashanti region, and obey president. So, and the others were saying, so, let's spread it. And they say, Nanado, Pacho party move free Eastern region. Yen Fama Nana, because of free Eastern region. And Nakuku drew near. And people bought into it. So, and no account affected Alan that time. Immediately, I was listening to the grassroots, the voice, majority, Niano Moka, into the mommy. But I will always give respect to a Santa Clausian.
Oh, okay. It's not young one. So Koshian will quote na stand at attention as a kid and then mention.
Senior. Yes, sir.
You're a great man. If you respect any loyalty, they're now value, they're now cherishing.
Both, but loyalty first. You know, in your maybe or Obio, well, Mukra, you don't need him to be a. But, sir, Obia, only not nasi, atun sedidi, a mwebi odia mano. Na, it drew time, I also want to show love. No, but down the chiamount. Say, Sabi, a beer, position where I may walk. Enti minti me and support because me kokasa me support pa ebe yimeti. But that's a lie. It's even a lie because Osha President Akufo-Addo, Osha Amewu Peter supporting Alan, Osha Abna Osei supporting Alan. President Akufo-Addo on Saki Obia. So if you give me excuse, although I know there are intimidations, but these two people, Amabomdi, have been bold to say, a crime be so omo ne Alan Tientino, omo to me, and yet near Nipebi Eka. So I expect Menso Minam Fufua, I've killed myself for them. And unti and the MPP to make the 10 cents of Kennedy Agyapong, or in defense of the party and some personalities in the party. Now, Emredu now so media me say, na nipa no to me catch them say, and nam the obedient on to me and support to ye. Yankasa. So,
Bakuya, a casa or mouse support. Kumasi na nukushi asese kwada so ho baabi ma begina wa no ani abre sese ni pass me se amotwe na bo so no woni mumwa wo bo aye woni mumwa wo bo aye me ara me se me pese ne de obetwe obi abo so 2008 was it time aye board ni wo radio so midday news say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia and you know, as the running mate to Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. I'm a best of parliament. Now you went ballistic. Na Kasabi said na any party mo. Dear the two ma yes adiano.
I thought say what catch them say, and I should come and talk about my vision. But I will still answer you. I'm not afraid. Na enkomo bi akoso tienye. And a very good question you've asked because no, they want to sacrifice Kennedy Agyapong. Na enkomo bi akoso London Claridge's Hotel. Enkomo no asem me nitro Kofi Bewa ye witness.
The late Kofi Bewa.
Yeah, the late Kofi Bewa. Joe Forson ye witness.
What you say?
En komona course ni say oh momi enkope kremonia oye panyini na ompe Nana Akufo-Addo. Just after the meeting 3 days me bedu me organa na me hu publication. All the pictures I saw were young Muslims and not a single elderly man among them. To be honest with you, Nami Nim vice president that time. That is why I posed the question. Nanju Pacha said, party no more dear children. Ubia Muslim bia nima or ye penny betting pay. And to tell you the truth, based on the conversation, of course, or London Claridge's, and my focus your attention on Alaji Jaula.
MMD Jarula.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden the shock came. Say, list of it. So I begin to digest it and made those comments.
Okay. The episode president.
Very simple. I want to effect change in people's lives. Yes. I have done it to some limit. But me feel say if I'm giving the nod as the president of this country, I will be able to do more. They hear me say enipa abrabom ebedi yie. Nia oman me kono. Me hu say Ghana approach yadi generate revenue and create employment in this country. Wrong. We believe in theory. I believe in pragmatism. I have studied over the years, about 23, 24 years, senior and memorisi called theory. I think we have to be practical. And this problem that I've identified, and yet unique to only Ghana and the whole Africa. We have leaders who are theorists. And my imagine is, look, to reduce unemployment rate in this country, we have to be pragmatic and use our natural resources, our raw materials, arable lands that God has given us to develop ourselves instead of the high dependency ratio on white people or Europeans or foreigners for our survival. I think, yes, sir, we're going to continue to be slaves in our own country. Enti, me per se, yade practical solutions, eba. Adakabre. So we say, menkwaji loan, enko biajuma. And the interest on the loan is 35%. Mene India niya Belakwa, if a can water and Belakwa. Belakwa is a foreigner who attracts a loan of 3% or 5%. Ewa ni country our neighbor. Kennedy Agyapong attracts a loan interest of 30-35%. If can water and Belakwa is you, the cost of production of Kennedy Agyapong, who took a loan of 35% interest, automatically my cost of production will be way higher than the Belakwa, the foreigner who took a loan of 5%. What you say? So the finished product, you come market. You do what? My product will be more expensive than the foreign. The consumer, who is a Ghanaian, has no choice but to go and buy the cheaper one, based especially on his availability of resources. What you say? The income. Incomes are so low in this country. Prices are so high. So it makes it difficult for Ghanaians even to buy. By refusing to buy certain quantity, Emma or company no, a collapse because you cannot even break even. So we need, first of all, when it comes to depreciation of our cedi, for instance. One, I believe that we have to improve on our exports. So what you say? In your man, you bet me diako amanoni akoton. Enya hum faso. Ama yenya more dollars or pounds. And now euros. Ebe doors wa chain yeni import enyoma ye kraba. What you say? And what we have to do, he said, we have simple comparative advantage and competitive advantage. We are always better off with comparative advantage. Over the location of where ye enyoma ubetimia ye. What you say? How do you compare another country? You have a product line of about 30. But where you have the comparative advantage because of location, I bet me my prices above from here, You stress on those, So that will reflect on the competitive advantage because of comparative advantage, locality, and accessibility to raw materials and all those things, What to compare other countries now? What do you know? Cheaper. Because you'll be able to produce at a cheaper cost, you will now get a competitive advantage in terms of price. So, Kennedy Agyapong, on go school there. Bring those people here, and with my qualification as PhD, qualified by experience, and I'll teach this PhD economics. Simple.
It is Kennedy Agyapong patriotic. Kennedy Agyapong honest.
I'm not there yet.
Kennedy Agyapong discipline.
I'm not there yet.
And Osanye experienced person. It's a feno Ghanaian aye the company. Na foreigner aye the company. Now we say Ghanaian no on your competitive towards a foreigner no on the basis say Ghanaian baby on nyani sika free ya odidi dwano. Or the to baby a foreigner no so nyani sika free odidi dwano. That's a Ghanaian wo form. No mu nyina so adidwa Ghana no. O mu nyina so sika bedi o mu nsam a. Kwan ana ne de betena Ghana.
Ghana, you know, the foreigner will always repatriate the money because he took loans and he has to service the loans over there.
So the loans no come back.
And no, all repatriate, you know, is a drain on our foreign reserves. And no, and competition, but demand a year so higher, you begin to offer higher price to get the dollar. And no man a cost. That is speculation. So, and also to me, and also cost. So a month for you, and a dollar base say, oh, now man for a panic buy, and also at the number cost. Into those foreign investments in a wahano, they have to repatriate whatever they get, and they don't repatriate it in terms of cities, in terms of dollars. Into that year, demand will exceed supply, and obviously there will be price competition, and people tend to give higher prices so that they get a, you know, what you are saying. And only one example that I've given you said, even loans, let's use Asia Miracle. Asia Miracle, they say, Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, China, all of them. What they did was, now we know Despite is an entrepreneur. He has a lot of investment. Now, he employs, hypothetically, you know, about 2,000 people. He has challenges. Let's invite Despite to come and tell us. Mukoko, you never say.
Need fufu.
Need fufu.
This way chocolate.
This way chocolate. At the end of the year, Ubetimi are expanding now offer more people so that will reduce unemployment rate in this country. Then he tells you, if I'm able to get X number of equipment to what I have, I'll be able to expand the business and employ more people.
At a point to credit, a year cocoa no, yamono, na okrefra brochiri, na ubedru porta, and who no betuano. It became a hindrance on the production level.
Right. So, the senior man and also yetimishe na improve on local production. That is why I'm saying, say, we're going to use agri mechanization, large scale farms, so that we get enough yield to process it. Yeah, processing, we export most of the processed products to international market.
Yani honorable member of parliament for Asene Central and a graduate Shwishe se MPP Amanyuku Emma na kwenya no mra me flag bearer na ontimi en Messia kan 2024 emeye Ghana mampanyini yebusa de sentia oso be mampanyini a oso pese osachira enkrofro abrabom kwan be so na wo de sachira mabrabom.
Yeah, first of all, enipa when unyam at the age of 2022 go in when unyam wadwuma.
Uni adwuma woni yire.
Uni adwuma woni yire. Uni adwuma woni anije. What you say? So we should make sure say the youth, I'm coming for the youth of this country. I feel so guilty say me mabe 79 every university in America. Na obi every university na adwuma is ready. Wo koye adwuma. Kennedy Agyapong manu chap for 23 years. Look at unemployment rate in this country. The youth of this country have no jobs. Why? I feel so guilty. And I think, sir, I have a solution to that. We need to use pragmatic approach. What you say? As a nation, whether you like it or not, we have to give subsidies to farmers. You have to give subsidies to entrepreneurs who are going to set up industries in this country, whether we like it or not. If not, we can never be competitive. So if you are establishing development bank, first of all, let me give you one flaw. You are establishing development bank. You took a loan or grant of $800 million to establish development bank. Why on earth would you now give the money through development bank to commercial banks at 10%. And asking commercial banks to pay 10%, they have to increase the rate so that they can also pay the 10%. By so doing, initially they said 8% straight from development bank. Now it's 10. If it goes to the commercial, between 13 and 14, that alone, the increment is, or the difference, is 6. It means the cost of borrowing still becomes high. And it's a defeatist approach right there for what development bank did. A lazy approach in the sense that they don't want to take risk. So they are shifting the risk, the burden of, to the commercial banks. For the commercial banks,
innovation.
Yeah, for the commercial banks to make sure they stay in business and able to pay the development bank, they have to increase it to between 12 and 14. So what have you done? The cost of borrowing is still high. Now, there are so many things we can do.
Once again, what say upasa was such that obepuno abrabom.
Yes.
Enti odi wo ma awi America no mo wo madwuma biye. Kwan be so na wo farmer the Ghanaian youth no a Kennedy ba ma no. Eba obenya gidie gidie bibi tato.
Yeah. First, I'll use tourism. Second, agri mechanization and agro processing. Third, technology. Fourth, engineering. These are the 4 areas I'm going to use to create employment for the youth of this country. Before I tackle these 4, now you are jumping the gun. I'll use 3 pillars: patriotism, honesty, and discipline.
PhD, no?
Yes. Patriotism. Of late, I've come to realize that Ghana for crying no mind. We become so selfish and greedy, say. Nia obia benya konifie ene ne yire ne ma anani kuni ne ma bedi nko an odwene ho. Say Ghana ni ye yodie. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about it. We're going to use this 3 approach first by changing the mindset of Ghanaians. Ephraim Amamu enyumono wo hanka mo yenara asasi na muntie ensem no a ewom eye stronger than national anthem. Moma yentie Ephraim Amamu yenara asasi no
kotokrane na di yebra mudem.
Wote kotokrane ase.
Kotokrane di yebra mudem.
Yes.
Anunti na wo to sa anwumi so man ye be ye ana.
So, we should begin to sing these heroic songs to conscientize if yanim painful the youth that are coming to love their country, take their country as theirs. Let Ghana be yours, and don't think Ghana is for somebody. Mawu say Ghana unni baby akọ. O my Ghana no ye yi a e na so be ye yi. Na se wanku ukoye peseminkuminya se ukofa Ghana nioma nyina. Enya dia Ghana impuntuo ebe yi.
America akwotena ye no.
Yeah.
Ghana ni betimi afri Ghana kodu America catch America ni se America ni akola se mienka mom ni enko bu American government ana.
Hell no.
But America ni ba Ghana obetimi aka Ghana ni brand say yenko bu Ghana government ana.
Yes, it's because of your mindset. Now, you see, what Ghanaians and Africans don't know is any white investors are ever. They do research and know every company opening the bed deal. What you say? Into your bank, on weak point. So, on the negotiation table, he starts from your weakness and hammer it to make you look so weak the more. So that he can get what he wants from you.
It is still on the youth. Dear Kennedy Agyapong de Brewomo.
The youth, I have to create jobs for them. 1, Ebimba go into tourism. Ebimba go into agri. Ebimba go into IT. We need to develop our own.